Now, one of the hottest tickets around is a one-woman show where a showbiz legend and real Broadway babe tells it as it was. Welcome, please, the wonderful Elaine Stritch. I went to see your show. You walk out on stage. Am I allowed to say how old you are?
Yes, if you get it right.
76?
That's my God. Let me just interject here one thing. I love this country. Let me say that first, and then I'll start knocking it.
Good.
I've never been in a country that they're so preoccupied with age. It's the first question everybody asks you is how old you are. And for instance, 76 trombones led the big parade. I don't understand why that is. I don't know how you can do it. It's like, how do you get up in the morning if you're 76?
Listen, let me tell you. I mean, listen, what you do would tax a person of 36,
well,
for
right,
God's sake.
okay.
I mean, you go out on stage, you're there for 2 hours and 3 quarters, you do a one-woman show, there is no scenery, you and a stool on stage, that's all there is there, and that's it. And you walk out there and you think, my God, this one's got a nerve. And then after about...
Look who's talking!
But then after about 15 minutes, you then understand what great theatre is about.
Oh, and Michael, that makes me feel wonderful.
And why theatre actually transports you in no way that any other medium can. I mean, it's magical what you do. And I say that not because I'm in your pay, whatever, because it is true. It's a wonderful, wonderful show. And you should be very proud of it.
Thank you so much. I can't tell you what that means to me. And it puts me in mind of something that I finally admitted to myself, and at the risk of getting a little serious now, which I'm not famous for. My first line in my show is a line that I have no idea where it came from or who said it. I just thought of it one day, and I'd love to know who said it first. I walk out on the stage, and as Michael has told you all, I'm 76 years old. And my first line is, after they applaud me, I say, yeah, well, it's like the prostitute once said, it's not the work, it's the stairs. And if you...
It's a great line.
And if you think about it, that is so true about everything. I cannot tell you what I have done today to get in this chair. Well, all my life to get in this chair. But I want to tell you something. It's the preparation.
It's a reminder, your show, of those great days of Broadway, the Great American Songbook and all that. And I mean, it's extraordinary, the range of people that you met. Let's talk about some of the men, because you do this wonderful thing in the show. I mean, there's this Catholic girl from Michigan who goes to the big city, lives in a nunnery. And finds herself,
a nunnery. I went home at 3 o'clock.
Sure, all right. But there you are. You go to drama school with Marlon Brando.
Yes. I sure didn't go to the convent with him, I can tell you.
And he dates you.
Yeah.
And then there's Kirk Douglas, and there's, oh gosh, who knows how many more, Gig Young.
Yeah, I had a lot of fellas, a lot of boyfriends. As a matter of fact, I must say that, the show was too long to begin with, because it's 76 years you got to tell people about. And it's hard to do it in 2.5 hours. So I just want to tell you, Michael, that I cut 12 men.
But what about, you also made one or two spectacular mistakes too. Rock Hudson, for instance, that's a very funny story you tell in the show.
Well, it wasn't altogether a mistake. He was a terrific guy.
Yeah, but he was.
But he sure could have fooled me, I'll tell you.
It's also an account, too, a very frank account of your drink problem that you had. When did you first start drinking?
When I was 14, I think, 13, 14 years old. It's funny, I was hanging out in the tech room back there, and I was talking to the guys, and anything I tell you about them is not going to get them in trouble, because everybody in the tech room is called Dave. No, at the BBC on this show, everybody's Dave. What's your name? Dive. Dive. My name's Dive. But anyway, this fellow was smoking back there. And I said, oh, my God, you fool. You're not still doing that, are you? And he said, he said, you? I said, I stopped 25 years ago. I smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Gee.
I don't do anything small, ever. So I told him a story, and I'll tell you if I've got time, or if you've got time. The morning I quit smoking, I was walking down 59th Street and in New York, and it was real tough, boy. And I suddenly had a big withdrawal thing, and I made up my mind to cross the street and go to the Ritz-Carlton and get a pack of cigarettes. I said, this is ridiculous to punish yourself like this. And so all of a sudden, I yell. I don't know where this came from, Michael, but I yelled, I don't smoke! On 59th Street. And you know, you do that in New York, nobody pays any attention. And there's a guy leaning up against the wall on the park side, and his fly's open and his shirt's coming out, you know, and I'm glad I said that. And he has a paper bag with a you-know-what in it. Yeah, and so I yell, I don't smoke! And this guy says, big deal. So it gave me a laugh, enough to get me through the first day. So I say to Dive in the tech room, I said, so that got me through it. And he looked at me and he said, then another Dive said to me, do you drink? And I said, no, I don't. And he looked at me and he said, well, what do you do? And I said, the Michael Parkinson Show. That shut everybody up.
But I knew you in the 70s when you were drinking. I mean, did it affect...
You were lucky, I guess.
I don't know about that.
Neither do I.
It was a problem, wasn't it?
Sure it was. Sure it was. I got through it, though, without making too many mistakes because I was disciplined about my drinking.
What was the moment, though, that stopped you, that you decided, when was it that you decided to...
I decided to stop drinking, a lot of reasons, physically, because it was not good for you. But the other reason is I decided that it was pretty stupid not to be able to do anything without a drink. I mean, that's admitting to yourself that you are in big trouble. I didn't answer the door without a drink. I didn't pick up the phone without a drink. The opposite sex scared the hell out of me. You wouldn't know it by my track record, but they did. Boys made me very nervous. As soon as I had a drink, I was Elizabeth Taylor, instantly. Instantly, I was adorable. I said to somebody the other night, when I used to drink, every time I went to the ladies' room, I got better looking. It's wonderful. But drinking works. That's what's so dangerous about it. It works, boy. Oh, does it pack a wallop. And it's there when you need it. And then all of a sudden, it turns on you and does a number that, no more.
When you're going through this period of drinking and thinking about why you're doing it, did you go to an analyst at all?
No.
Did you not?
No, I don't mean that in any way against analysts, but
Have you been to analysts?
Oh yeah, sure. You know.
Did they work? I
went to an analyst who looked exactly like Jack Kennedy. It was very difficult, I'll tell you that. And he said, and I had started out the session by telling him that sometimes I woke up in the morning and I felt like I could crawl not under the mattress, but in it. I was so scared. And then some mornings I woke up and I felt like I could be president of the United States. So at the end of the session, when I asked him, where's my report card, when will I be finished? He said, I don't know, I guess when you're nominated. So he was a good analyst, but I think it was that. It was self-awareness, realization of the fact that, and I couldn't find my real talent. I got away with murder. I got away with murder because I was talented. But it does a number on your talent.
So you're saying, in fact, that you discovered you only exploited your talent fully after you stopped drinking?
Exactly. Really? And I wanted to do something without the help of that damn, and boy, do I love it. Oh, God. You mentioned a Tanqueray martini to me, and I can almost enjoy it without having it. That's how much.
But going back to those great days on Broadway, I mean, again, you look at the number of people that you met and worked with. I mean, you actually sat next to Cole Porter, just playing the piano. I
was about 18 years old, and he was playing at a party, and he used to do satires of his own material.
Parodies, yeah.
You know, you'd shoot a song to him, and Cole Porter would take a song he wrote and do special lyrics. So here's the one he did for this. One night, the night I met him. You're the pop, you're the baby's father, you're the pop, but you needn't bother. I will make no claim to your ancient name at all. When I let you make me, you promised you'd take me to the city hall. My mistake was in getting plastered. What a break for the little bastard. What a time you had when I let you get on top. But if, baby, I'm the mama, you're the pop. And I heard that.
And you know, one of the highlights of the show, you do this wonderful version of the Zip, which you know that was one of your big hits on Broadway. And I mean, the reading of that lyric was just sensational. And also, too, I mean, you know, Coward wrote stuff for you. I mean, and Coward was a great friend, wasn't he?
Oh, I'll say, to spend 2 years of your life with a man like that was so inspirational. And he was such a, you know, show business is a rotten business. It's adorable and everything is, it's tough as it can be. And Noel Coward was a tough man, but he was such a nice man. He was a good guy. There's so, you know, it's hard to find people to trust in any business today. And show business is, ooh, it's scary sometimes. And to work with somebody for a couple of years that's leveling with you and telling you the truth and that knows more than you do, oh, what a joy. You know, somebody told me that you love feisty women.
I do.
And I want to know,
I married one.
Well, I was going to ask you. It's interesting. And the feisty women like men who tell them what to do. So how does that get along all right?
Yeah, sparks fly, but there you go. And we're still together after 40-odd years, so he must be working.
He's doing right.
But again, I mean, and then you look at your career, because it spans, you know, Porter, who we talked about, right the way through to Stephen Sondheim. And of course, Sondheim features strongly in your show. And you do a couple of great songs, I'm Still Here, which of course is, you know, one of the great showbiz anthems. And the song I'm going to ask you to do now, because in many ways it kind of sums you up in my view, and it's called Broadway Baby.
Okay, I will do that, but I want you to understand that there are other facets to my character,
Right.
Michael. I don't want you to think it's all show business with me. But I will do that for you.
Will you?
Yeah.
All right.
Won't be easy, but I'll do it.
Your orchestra awaits.
Okay.
Elaine
It was
Stritch.
nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Wish me luck now.
Come on.
I'm just a Broadway baby, walking off my tired feet, pounding 42nd Street to be in a show. Oh, Broadway baby, learning how to sing and dance, waiting for that one big chance to be in a show. Oh, gee, I'd like to be on some marquee, all twinkling lights, a spark to pierce the dark from Battery Park to Washington Heights. Someday maybe all my dreams will be repaid. Heck, I'd even play the maid to be in a show. Producer! Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that was me. Yes, I'm talking to you, sir. I don't need a lot, only what I got. Oh, I said tube, a grease paint, and a follow spot. Broadway, baby. And I'm making rounds all afternoon and eating at a greasy spoon to save on my dough. Oh! At my tiny flat, there's just my cat, a bed and a chair. Still, I'll stick it till I'm on a bill all over Times Square. Someday, maybe, if I stick it long enough, I may get to strut my stuff. Working for a nice man like a Ziegfeld or a Weissman in a great big Broadway show. Oh, it's shaky up there. Thank you. Now come to see the other 2.5 hours, okay?
Well, if they do, I mean, what they will see is what you saw there, masterclass, basically. That's what it is.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, it's true. Back to the Savoy now. Leah, I love the way
Oh, yes,
I
darling.
love the style you live in. You live in the Savoy and the Carlisle. I'm
At a
telling
deal you wouldn't believe. Yeah, I got the Carlisle in the morning and the Savoy at night.
Shrewd as well as talented.
I'm a hotel baby, I'm afraid.
That's right. But you're staying with us until when? End of December?
End of
Ken?
December, we've been extended till.
You should
So I'll be here for
You
Christmas.
should be extended forever.
Thank you very much,
Elaine
Michael.
Stritch.
Thank you.
My thanks to Elaine Stritch, to Jeremy